Welcome, I'm Camson, the Untamed Oracle, and this is going to be a collective reading. And though I call these weekly readings, that's only because I do them every week. But no matter when you find this, you will find something that resonates with you. So stick with me if you're new. Let's see what we can get into, see what resonates as true. I'm a Akashic Records reader, but I use cards as a tool. And so my goal is to delve into the subconscious, because that's usually the area that we get confused about. That's usually the area that shows up in our lives in ways that we can't quite get a grip on. And so this is my specialty, the shadows. So we're going to get into it, and I'm just going to go with the flow. So take a deep breath. Let's see. And if you're new, welcome. If you're day one, welcome. Thank you for coming back, love. Yes, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be a vessel of love, and may my heart be what speaks to your soul, the messages that are for you. Oh, let me tell you, while I'm doing this, but I feel like I'm talking to my people. It seems like it's getting harder and harder to focus on one thing. We're so overstimulated every day that we actually need constant stimulus now. It's hard just to sit in silence. It's hard to wait. Sometimes I myself click on readings and I'm like, I just got a feeling this person has something to share with me. But if they don't like say a certain thing or keep my attention, I'll click off. And most of the time I end up going back to it, but I just noticed that my attention span is just getting shorter and shorter. So if I'm, hitting on something and speaking to you, you want to look into a dopamine detox, and start limiting how long you allow yourself to be on social media or doing things that simply increase dopamine, playing video games, even having sex just for the dopamine hit. Like that's a thing, and it's very addictive. It's the reward. When you feel like you're being rewarded. But think about it, when we scrolling, like you're really not being rewarded, but it's just this feeling that it gives you. But yeah, it makes it hard for us to sit with each other and focus. And I was like, I really miss the 90s when we didn't have all of this shit. But to be honest with you, if I could get in a time machine and go back, I probably wouldn't know what to do when I got there, because my nervous system now has been trained by all of the technology. And so we want to start working on that, okay? So start working on that. That's going to help you in a lot of ways. Dopamine detox, okay? Amazonite, this is life purpose. So, wow, for this card to come up first, let me go ahead and pull the next card. Preonite, trust. So you're being asked to trust that your life's purpose has not stopped. I know it might seem like your spiritual journey has stalled. It might seem like you just been kind of stuck in a certain loop and you haven't been able to break it. So you're going to have to do something different to get out of it. What are you going to do to get out of this loop? How much time, money, and or energy are you willing to invest to break this loop? That's the first question. Like, am I willing to invest 20 minutes a day? We'll start small, okay? And I'm going to do something different. I'm going to start making choices that are going to move me a little bit closer to where I want to be. I'm going to start listening to my intuition more often, because you have a strong intuition, but it is hard to get you to listen. And when your intuition starts speaking to you about somebody else's life, like you trust it, you like, I already know what this is. But then when it comes to you, you have a hard time trusting your intuition. You trying to lean into your mind to figure out how to overcome things, and you have completely forgotten about this superpower that you have, which is the gift of being able to feel your gut. Like, have you gotten a human design reading? Like, if you haven't, I highly recommend it. You can even book one of those with me. But like, if you are a sacral or even solar plexus authority, this means that this is the feeling that you feel in your gut that lets you know if something is a yes or a no for you. It is a feeling. But you oftentimes let your mind convince you of things that is actually not the same thing what your gut and or your heart is speaking to you, because you have a hard time trusting it. Now, I'm going to say something, I'm not for everybody, but let me tell you, I haven't been wrong yet about anything that I have shared. Not yet. And I would admit to that. I have no problem admitting to that. But I'm going to say this. If you came through religion and you ever experience the scripture that says the heart is deceitfully wicked above all things, no man can know the heart but God. Most of us, whether we thought about it, this went into our subconscious mind. And we automatically have been groomed to believe that our heart can't be trusted, that our gut cannot be trusted because it's deceitful. It's, even if you're not still in those religious mindsets, it's this separation that happened between us and our higher I divine self. So we can't hear our I divine self speak to us because we got so much judgment, criticism, logic, and guilt that we feel. And the patriarchy has programmed us to not trust intuition. The whole entire time we was in school, we were being taught to use our left hemisphere of our brain, which is logic and reasoning. School did not do anything with the right hemisphere of the brain. Why? It's my belief, based on what I've seen in the Akashic records, that this was a part of the Prison Planet program to subdue intuition, to subdue the third eye, to keep it closed, to keep the pineal gland calcified. But you've been going through the spiritual awakening. Your third eye is open. It's open. And you can't unsee the shit that you see. So as you learn more and see more, the capacity to trust your intuition becomes so important. That is like your sword on the battlefield. That's what's going to protect you. That's what's going to defend you. That's what's going to help you to know how to make decisions. Are you going to make some mistakes? Probably. Probably. Have I made a lot of mistakes? Listen to my intuition? Yes. Because sometimes it was my fear. And my fear was so loud, I thought it was my intuition. And so you don't learn how to master that unless you actually start using it. And be like, you know what? I accept whatever comes next, but I'm going to go with what my gut is telling me. And your gut may be telling you something that's like, makes no sense. It might even make no sense to other people. You might mention it to somebody and be like, but you're like, I really feel this. I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling, but I just feel like your intuition is like, please listen to me. And so I have a free ebook right now. Get it while you can on my website. The link is in the description. Sign up for my email newsletter. You get the free ebook, and you get some good stuff with the email newsletter too. I send out probably about 3 to 4 a month. No more than that. Sometimes even less, because do we really be checking our emails like that? We probably don't. But now that I'm saying this and you're signing up, please check your email. And sometimes I go into the promo folder, so check your promo folder. If you already signed up, you got the ebook, just log back in and read it and practice it. It's really simple, practical tips that you can use to strengthen your intuition. Intuition is the key to living a life that's in alignment with your life's purpose. You will not be able to experience your life purpose unless you start listening to your intuition. Is listening to your intuition scary? Yep. Is it going to make sense to other people most of the time? Nope. Does this mean that it's going to require you to grow up and mature and evolve? Yep. Does this mean that you're going to sometimes have to sit in uncomfortable emotions? Yep. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely does. But it opens possibilities that cannot be accessed any other way. And whoever I'm speaking to, your life purpose it creates this ache for you. Because you feel it so strong. I don't know if maybe you went and got a degree and you've been caught up with a certain career and you've been really feeling drawn to do something else on the side, whatever it may be, but like you feel this ache and this urge and like something is missing and you haven't been quite able to make any decisions to move in that direction. This will lead to depression. This will lead to anxiety. This will absolutely lead to you being stuck in a holographic reality that's based on your trauma and not your purpose. And so your purpose, when I started stepping into my purpose, life really started lifing. I mean, I started reading cards and doing readings, and within a couple years after that, I was losing my eyesight and about to go blind because I had hemorrhages and blood clots and both in the back of my eyes, and had to have surgery on both eyes, 750 laser cuts in both eyes. It was like so fucking painful. And I can remember thinking to myself, I'm helping people. I know that what I'm doing helps people. I'm stepping into my life purpose. Isn't it interesting that I would have this happen with my two eyes when I started using my one eye? The 3D matrix will test you. And even though it's frustrating, and even though it get on our fucking nerves, transmute that shit. You are an alchemist. Transmute that shit. I need you to start back talking your shit. When I say talk your shit, I don't mean talk shit about you. Talk about you like you are the shit. Let me say that again. And I want you to do this every day. If you need to put it in your phone and schedule moments for you to talk about yourself like you are the shit, be like, okay, Cancer No Oracle said, talk about myself like I am the shit at 6:30 p.m. every day. And do it every day. I'm the shit. I'm the shit. You know why I'm the shit? I'm the shit because I know how to be grateful when life throwing shit at me. That makes me the shit. I'm the shit. I'm the shit. I'm the shit because after all the shit that I've been through, I still have the capacity to care about myself and other human beings. I'm the shit. I'm the shit because out of all the shit that has happened to me through my bloodline and all of the ancestral trauma that was passed down to me, I ain't gave up. I be want to, but I ain't fucking gave up. I'm still standing. I'm the shit. I deserve to be here. I deserve to walk my life purpose. This language will open the doors for you. This language will make room for you to step into your life purpose. Because I can hear how you've been talking. And you have been talking to yourself like you shit. Like you ain't shit, you ain't gonna never be shit. And I get it. You didn't have so many people do things to cause you to feel that way. But let me tell you a secret that I learned. When people go out of their way to make you feel like you ain't shit, that's confirmation that you are the shit. Because see, a non-player character can be anybody, even us. We have moments, and sometimes we phase in and out. I know you never heard that before, but that right there is a truth from the Akashic records that I've never heard anybody else say. But NPCs is not a constant state. Whenever we go unconscious, whenever we're not being self-aware, whenever we're not self-policing, we become non-player characters and we're no longer really participating in co-creating our reality. We're just going along with the program. You scheduling moments to talk about yourself like you know you the shit. Find one thing to be grateful for, one thing that you are proud of yourself for, one thing that you would say to your younger self. Like these types of conversations, you know what, younger self, you the shit too. Because it was some stuff that you went through and that shit hurt me. I'm still scarred, but I'm still standing. Do you see how it feels? Use your words like weapons. Start cutting through all of the nonsense, the background noise, the chaos, the people who don't want to see you do better. You would not believe how much pain can create contempt, spite, resentment, envy, hatefulness, arrogance inside of us. And we will project that onto one another. In our frustration, in our unconsciousness. Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Everybody, had their moments. And you still the shit. That's real shadow work. Shadow work is I'm a fucking mess. I wasn't able to get anything done I said that I was going to get done. I've been on the couch all day. I have cried. I'm not sleeping well. I'm eating stuff I said I want to go eat. I'm really not proud of the way I'm showing up in my day-to-day life. But you know what? Even when I feel like shit, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. Can I stop measuring how worthy I am of my existence by my productivity? Can I stop measuring how valuable I am by my productivity? Because productivity, constant productivity, was a capitalist, slave, patriarchal program, and we're having to unplug, pulling that shit out, pulling that plug out. Stop thinking like that. You're constantly being fed stuff. Remember, it was going into the back of the neck, the base of the skull, constantly being fed stuff. The amygdala, it controls fear. It sits right back there, just feeding it to the base of the skull to keep us feeling like we ain't shit. We'll never be shit. We too small to bring change. We got to dim our light. It's not safe to shine. All of that bullshit. You got to start calling it bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Yep, I did. I messed up today. I did. Yep, I messed up today. Yep. I probably should be ashamed. I probably used to be ashamed, but you know what? I ain't gonna do that today. Because even when I feel like I'm a piece of shit, I'm a shit. And shit fertilizes things. So I didn't lose. I didn't lose. I'm just better fertilizer today. I'm better fertilizer today. Look, y'all. I have to do this. This is part of my mental health well-being. I have to catch how I'm talking to myself. And I have to be creative in the way I talk about myself. The energy that I surround myself with is based on the way that I'm thinking, feeling, and speaking about myself. So can you be devoted to no longer measuring your value by your productivity? Can you? Are you willing? If you're willing, you can. That's all you have to do, is be willing and receive this wisdom. I believe in you. I believe that you can accomplish things you didn't think that you could accomplish before. It was simply because you needed a healthier foundation. And this is the foundation being laid. And it happens to be made out of shit. We got some flowers out in the front yard and the flower bed. And whenever we would put the proper stuff in the foundation of it, mulch is basically shit. It's manure. But these beautiful flowers would grow and I would just be so amazed. And I'm like, look at this. look at it. Why can't I? If actual shit can do this, why can't I? Why can't I? And so, schedule it, do it, and come back and let me know how it goes for you. And you're gonna feel resistance. You're gonna feel like you're gonna hear a voice say this shit not gonna work. You're probably gonna hear a voice say, yeah, that worked for her, but it ain't gonna work for you. You may hear those things, and after you hear it, just redirect the conversation that you having with yourself. Like, but I'm still shit. I am still, look at all that I've been through. Like, yes, it's so much happening in my life right now, but it's so much that I survived. And I deserve to be proud of that. And I don't have to be a fucking productivity master all day, every day. That's why we burnt out. That's why we got autoimmune issues. That's why our body is achy. For women, for those of us like Gen X women, we're going into perimenopause and menopause. Our body does not have the capacity to continue with the bullshit that we were trained to do. There's a difference between us and the women and generations before us. The women and generations before us, they didn't have rap music, so they were not being subconsciously bombarded with subliminal programs that make you feel small and to fit into these strange ass culture creation boxes we was put in to hate ourselves and to hate each other and to not be able to be united. Number one, they didn't have that. That's psychological warfare. They at least had some soil that still had minerals in it, that they were eating food that grew in the generations before us. We didn't have that. That shit was gone by that time. We are GMO children. We was being packed with saran wrap and microplastics, heavy metals. We had to get more shots than any other generation. I might have been the last generation where chickenpox was just something that you got through it. You might have got it 2 times, but after that you was good. And then they come out with a shot for it. We survived that. If nothing else is a reason for you to believe in your own resilience, let that be. We survived secondhand cigarette smoke in the fucking car in the wintertime with the heat blowing and no windows down, and your parents was not like, oh, it's okay, baby, crack a window, because we knew nothing about the dangers of secondhand smoke. Back there choking and shit. I'll never forget that. I thought I was gonna die one day. We was getting hotboxed as kids. We didn't use seatbelts, and we had accidents, and some of us hit our heads. We didn't have helmets when we rode bikes and went skating, and we had accidents. I got all of the scars to prove it. We were feral as fuck. We were out in the woods, in the forest, in the city as long as we got home. When the lights came on outside, when the cicadas start and the lights started going off, to get your ass to the house. But from that point, like, wasn't nobody checking on us. Wasn't nobody bringing us no sandwiches for lunch while we was out. We was outside all fucking day. We lived off annihilators and bags of flaming hot chips with salt and vinegar chips. If you from Memphis, like, shout out to that salt and vinegar. I don't know if that was just a Memphis thing, but it was a thing. But this was the nutrition we was getting. You might have been lucky to get a vitamin C Flintstone vitamin, and it wasn't even a gummy. It was that powdery shit you chew and you damn near choke because so much powder in your mouth. Like, you survived that. Okay, so pat yourself on the back. Don't do it now. Don't wait, because you got to learn how to receive celebration and congratulation, because you don't know how to receive that. You don't trust it. You don't trust it. You don't trust for great things, great people, and breakthroughs to come to you because you've been let down so much in the past. So it's hard for you to trust it. Just like fucking go out on the ledge and take a chance. I've been burned by so many people, and I continue to open myself up and trust people over and over again. That's the truth. And at first I thought it was a weakness. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm naive. I was like, no, That ain't what it is. No, I trust this process. And I know that if anybody do anything to mess me over, it's not going to land and stick with me like they want it to. Because my heart is fucking gold. I ain't perfect, but I approach everything in life with love. I really do. Like, really, really do. I live this shit. I'm about this life. But loving myself was what I was not doing. So I didn't trust my intuition because I didn't see myself as valuable enough. It's hard to love something you don't see as valuable. So you got to see your intuition as value. Love your intuition. Love you. Talk different. And your life purpose, it just flows. You're not going to have to force it. You're not going to have to force it. Who get this word today? Let me know in the comments. Like, let me know. Did I touch on you? Did I touch on something that's been in your life? We're gonna let Isis speak now. I'm not surprised. High Priestess. And I think I pulled this last week too in the reading. It says a mystery is to be unveiled. A new clarity around your direction is unfolding. Key word, unfolding. It ain't unfolded. This journey never stops. It's just a continual drip of data that helps you to move in the direction you're called to. Be willing to wait for the full reveal. Be willing to wait. But also recognize what is happening at this time. You will be gaining valuable insight into where you are being led and for what purpose. Here we go with the purpose all over again. This is all information. What's coming into your life right now is information. And it's going to give you clarity. Some information, you would sometimes rather not know. Some clarity come in and you're like, all right, I wanted clarity. I see now that this person just doesn't have my best interest in mind. It hurts, but I accept what I see to be true. And I trust that everything is going to work out for me. Everything's going to work out for me. I appreciate clarity. On a subconscious level, a lot of us don't get clarity because we haven't learned to appreciate it yet. And I'll tell you one thing about clarity. Clarity will stop visiting the home where it is not appreciated because clarity knows its value. Clarity knows its purpose. And so when you get clarity, if it does nothing at all but frustrate you and you just leave it there, like if something, a truth is unveiled to you, a secret, something is made known to you, and maybe it hurt. But if you can't be grateful for it, because you can be hurt, feel betrayed, and be grateful at the same time. You can hold space for both. That's why you're a multi-dimensional being, and we're learning how to experience multi-dimensional ranges of emotions. This is not a black and white world. The 3D matrix is black and white. It's either this or that, right? So any neurodivergence, any complex PTSD, depression, anxiety, all of these things, trauma, it causes us to see things in black and white. This is either good or bad. But in truth, because we're multidimensional, because time is not linear but spherical, because good and evil really doesn't exist, it's all in how you use the energy. So really, it's infinite shades of gray. Nothing is really black and white. Nothing is either this or that. And so when you learn how to hold space for gratitude and you feel betrayed, you feel neglected, you feel misunderstood. But I appreciate this moment. I appreciate the truth showing itself to me. The more you appreciate truth showing itself to you, the more clarity you will receive. And you will spend less time confused. But when clarity knows that we're not going to appreciate, I feel like it's a woman. Okay? Because We be picking up on shit. We be picking up on stuff that other people do not be picking up on. Are y'all with me on that? Like we do. Fellas, if you watching this, your divine feminine can do the same thing. This is about the right hemisphere of the mind. This is the part of the mind, intuition, that does this. And so the key is for you to appreciate clarity. And the more you appreciate clarity, the more clarity go come to and visit you. Clarity go spend more time around you. Clarity like, yeah, I'm going to go where I'm valued. Woo, that's good. Clarity goes where it is valued. And that's what you're learning to become. You're learning to become a home that clarity visits because you value clarity even when it hurts. Even when clarity hurts, you value it. Even when clarity hurts, you value it. And because of this, you are changing your life. We. It's like Thanksgiving dinner. There's some good eating right here. You hear me? This is some real soul food. Thank you for that. That's so beautiful. So, I mean, so much has happened in just what, 30 minutes? Sheesh. Y'all was ready for, look, y'all was like, I'm ready. Send me the reader that's going to tell me what's what. Because clarity goes where clarity is appreciated. This is interesting. So I pulled 8 of Wands and I did pull it in reverse. Okay. And so I feel like you've been feeling stuck. You've been feeling trapped. And you actually been trying to do stuff to change it. I'm not going to say you've done nothing. You have tried to do something to change it. But for some reason, you get disheartened fairly easily. It doesn't take much. You're a hypersensitive person. Did you know you were an HSP? You're a hypersensitive person. And the way that we experience energy and perceive things, our nervous system is fragile. Okay? And a lot of us grew up in homes that did not have boundaries and or teach boundaries or appreciate boundaries. Definitely didn't respect boundaries. And so it's just been feeling like stuff been stagnant around you. And that stagnation sometimes can make you feel like, is shit ever going to change? When am I ever going to not have to deal with this? Ugh, I'm sick of dealing with this. I don't want to deal with this no more. I feel you. But we talked about this. It's the conversation with yourself. Schedule it. That's going to bring in some acceleration. That's going to bring in momentum. Because if you got what you wanted right now, it would just overwhelm you. It would. As crazy as that sounds. I have really been like energetically calling in more people who may be dealing with chronic illness. Because whenever I go in Akashic Records, I'm seeing this. If it's not something people are dealing with now, it's something people are going to eventually deal with. Or chronic fatigue, burnout. You know, sometimes just from one day to the next, it's just so exhausting. And when you feel like you're walking through concrete, it's just like, and hardly nobody. It's just seems like sometimes when you're walking through concrete and the concrete is drying and you're using all your willpower to try to change things and it's just not changing fast enough and it's frustrating. That's when you pause. Say, hold on. Ancestors, those of you for the highest love and purpose, stand in this space with me. May your wisdom be channeled to me. May your protection surround me. Our divine self, I know I'm hard-headed. And I know that the language that I use with myself doesn't allow you to communicate with me. And I'm working to change that. I got it scheduled in my phone to talk about myself like I am the shit and not shit itself. It's in my phone. You see this? Yeah, I'm really putting in some fucking effort. Because I want to trust you. I want to trust that things can change. I want to trust that miracles is not just for other people, but miracles can be for me too. I trust that. And if I ain't proud of nothing else, there are a couple of things that I'm proud of myself for, and this is it. And I'm going to remind myself every single day until things start to change. Breathe in. Your self-care routine. Do you need to upgrade it? What are you doing every day? What are you working on? Let's get into self-care now. Your routines shape your reality. If there's anything in your reality that does not feel aligned, what can you change in your routine to help it feel more aligned? Start small, baby steps. Don't go get no gym membership and you know your ass barely can get up and walk to the kitchen half the time. You be creaking and aching and crackling, and don't start small. Just say just start stretching more. That's why I have the Somatic Exorcism, and you can actually join my coven down here on YouTube. I'm going to be adding more content there, but you can join my coven here on YouTube and do the Somatic Exorcism because it's stored in the body. You can intellectualize and use affirmations all day, and it's beautiful, it's great. But if you're not doing something with your body, if you don't know that the spleen holds worry, that the liver holds anger, that the kidneys hold anxiety, that the lungs hold grief, and these parts of our body will flare up and speak to us. These parts of our body will send us messages. Like if you're not tuned into that, having an ancestral altar is beautiful. But your ancestral altar, that is your living altar, that is your body, that is your third temple, if it's speaking to you and you're not listening to it, I mean, what do you expect? Your life purpose is just go lead to your body breaking down more. So you have to give yourself this love. When I got ready to go on this journey and do this and start sharing this, I was like, in the 80s, it was different. Everybody was doing the aerobics and stuff. They had their little leotards on, the tight stuff, and they would do the strange, movements and hump in the air. And step on the stepper. It was like in. It was like trendy. It was the thing to do. But shit, we like post freaking food, Soylent Green people. Like our body done been through some things, okay? And maybe our energy level just ain't like that, I ain't gonna talk about that part. Y'all funny. My guys got jokes, but they was like, or was it because they had Coke? I don't know. Maybe it's an inside joke, but we're not doing that. We're looking for healthier ways to gain energy. And so a lot of times if you release stuck energy out of your body, your energy levels will improve. And look, I have found this to be true. I'm somebody who my energy levels would be so low to where it was hard for me to do anything, to be honest with you. Taking a shower would use up too many fucking spoons. I was like, do I have enough spoons? If you were spooning, that's people who deal with chronic pain and chronic fatigue, and you only have a certain amount of spoons to serve energy, to give energy to, or the 3-battery concept. But do I have enough juice to do this right now? And sometimes I didn't. And sometimes I would just have to take whole baths because I didn't have the energy to take a shower, or I felt too weak and I didn't want to end up falling. I mean, we don't want to start breaking hips and shit, I'm just no knocking 50, you know. So it's like, okay, I you know, take a whole bath, bird bath, whatever you want to call it. Like, I'll just go do the best I can, and I would feel ashamed of that. I had romanticized all of the things that my limitations wasn't allowing me to do, that I was making myself feel trapped, stagnant, and miserable. And I was like, no, just do the best you can. Shit, fuck them. Have to take no damn shower every time you want to be able to. You ain't able to every time you want to be able to. But you're going to make sure you fresh by any means necessary. By the means that's within what you can handle. And that is self-love. That is self-care. Shadow work will get you there. Tapping. This is your self-care routine. Tapping. Okay. I've done it. I remember when I first saw it in the mid-90s. People was doing it to lose weight. And yeah, came out. I remember when it came out. But tapping uses the energy meridian points to help you access your body's energy and signal parts of the brain that control stress. Tapping can significantly decrease levels of stress and restore balance to your entire system. So here's the practice. Think about an issue you are struggling with. It could be emotional or physical. Think of a statement such as, even though I'm overwhelmed, I accept and love myself and my emotions. We just talked about this. Like, okay, so you can add tapping in with your I'm the shit conversation with yourself. I'm still the shit. I'm still the shit. So say your phrase out loud 7 times while you tap on key acupressure points such as the side of your hand, below your pinky finger. So like right here, that's a good point to use, okay? Acknowledge your feelings as they arise during this practice, then let them go. Then move to the next phase, the next phrase, and continue tapping, okay? And so you can use this like, you can even be like, I'm mad. That shit pissed me off. I don't even understand why people think that it's okay to treat me like that. Like, I ain't never did nothing to them. Like, how am I supposed to, you know, carry all that I carry and fulfill their expectations too? I know people ain't used to me saying no, but I got to. And I feel a little guilty because I'm so used to saying yes, even when it was a no. But, you know, people starting to seem like it's people starting to not like me anymore. But you know what? Maybe they only liked me because I was a scapegoat and a doormat. And if that's why they liked me, I don't want them kind of people in my life. You see that? I went from expressing my frustration to clarity, to a positive reframe. My life just being cleaned out. That's all. And sometimes you can do the temple if it's some stress. It's okay. It's gonna work out. I know this is tough, but you go get through this. You got this. And you don't see another way, and you don't know how it's gonna change, but it's gonna change. Remember some things in the past you thought would never change, and they did? Yeah, this is no different. We've been here before. Your nervous system is just trained to be stressed out. We've been here before. And then you could do the vagus nerve reset, which I'm going to be teaching more about in the COVEN. You can join a membership and get that. I'll just briefly show you here, but I got a guidebook that I'm releasing where you can spend like 5 minutes with yourself to get yourself in the vibration you want to be in, and just unfolding your ear, rubbing your ear in the inside for probably like 60 seconds. These things can help the vagus nerve. Humming helps the vagus nerve. And you can hum about how you wanted to slap the hell out of them, whatever it was. Whatever it is, just let it come up. Let it come up. The less we judge ourselves for the emotions that we feel, the more the universe sends us reasons to feel good, to feel great about ourselves. And a lot of us don't feel great about ourselves because we judge ourselves so harshly. And that's how we was raised. A lot of us was raised that way. But if you're doing it to yourself now, that's on you. And that's beautiful. Because now you can transmute that shit. High priestess, alchemist. All right, Kalima, Dakshina, I know. So Dakshina came up last week. Let's see who comes up this week. And if you didn't watch me last week, go back and watch me last week. Okay. Wait till this one is over. Okay. I'd like to let her finish us up because she's going to give us an invocation prayer and sometimes even a visualization. It's you. It's you. Matangi. Okay. Love me some Matangi. Okay, as you can see, she got a parrot. I'm from Memphis. I'm doing the best that I can. I have worked very hard on my English. Okay, you probably wouldn't even know I was from Memphis unless I told you, but maybe you could. Some people be like, your Southern twang, I like listening to you because you got that Southern twang. It's just so comforting. But yeah, I be working on it. Okay, Matangi. Matangi is so sweet. Let me tell y'all about Matangi. So when I first started working with Matangi, it was right around the time when I would do petitions and I would have ceremonies and I would tell y'all to give me your prayers. And me and Ernest would sit and we would do the prayers and we would burn them. We would call on your ancestors, your higher, our divine self to stand in the space with you. We would give offerings. I don't know if y'all was around then, and we would pour libations, right? And so, like, I went into a phase of burnout because I was doing so much. I was just so grateful to figure out who I was, what I was capable of, what my life purpose was, and how I could be in service. I didn't have balance. I'm a Libra sun. It's one of my lessons. And so I burnt out. And I got to a point where my mind never shut off. And there are even times now my mind don't shut off. And so when Matangi came into my life, she came into my life during a time where I was not only burnt out, but I was just in full mental overload. I was overly stimulated. It was such a tough time. Okay. So let me just share this with you. Okay. You go see what I'm saying. She is the tantric queen of outcasts. Here we go. Unveiling hidden inner power to thrive outside conventional society. She holds the secret teachings of the power of the voice, of the healing power of art and music. She is the divine feminine in music. She is the medicine for the lost, the alienated, those who have been cast aside. If you have ever been denied love and respect, she brings healing and empowerment. If you have ever suffered rejection, abandonment, or been labeled as unworthy in any way, she brings dignity and repair. She is the ignition of a creative, joyful, and vibrant life path. The ninth of the wisdom goddesses, Mahavira Matangi, is a wild goddess, sparkling green in color with a green parrot as her symbol. She dwells outside the confines of polite society. She eats stale food, a symbol of her. I ate a lot of that. I guess I was Matangi when I was younger because I ate plenty of stale food, let me tell you. It's funny when you learn these things and you like, I've been telling y'all, like, these goddesses exist in consciousness and life experiences and their initiations. But, okay, let me just finish. She eats stale food and is a symbol of her power in the realm that has been discarded or rejected. It is a symbol of her power and her ability to source power from that which others recognize as having value, as not having value. So, like, stale food, people turn their nose up at it. And she was like, no, I can work with that. I can work with that. Give me the shit. We finna grow some flowers. That's what we finna do. Matangi sees worth where others are not capable of noticing it. Stop waiting on people to notice your worth. You work with you on being capable of noticing your worth. Don't wait on people to notice it. They may not never notice it. It's so much fulfilling when you notice it. Okay? And people will not be able to honor it. Don't wait on it. She is for the souls going through the experience of being disrespected, discarded, not really seen, and not loved and valued for their true being. She is also for those who think and seek to live outside social, political, economic, or religious systems and can thrive best by doing so. We talked about that in the beginning. Leaving religion was one of the best things that happened to me. Love became my religion, truly. And something inside of me just clicked, and I was like, you know what? Feels really good to me to not be in support of a God that said it was okay to slash babies' heads against stones. That hurted me. And I was just like, no, that don't feel right. Her association with pollution and unclean food represents her power to overcome impurity and toxic energies. These include poisons on all levels, from the many physical toxins in our modern world to actions that appear holy on the surface but are rotten at the core, to the emotional and psychological poisons that steal away our peace and freedom. For those who recognize the spiritually dysfunctional lifestyles that typify mainstream mentality, who may feel uncertain or vulnerable as to how to cultivate well-being and protect the planet for future generations, she provides strength, courage, and ingenuity. Matangi opens a sacred pathway that bypasses fear and moving with the crowd, releasing restriction to the soul and allowing for authenticity and a deep inner aliveness to emerge. You will know when this is happening because you will feel increasingly like yourself again, responsible and free to create your path in life while recognizing how trapped and deadened so many are around you. You will feel grateful that you don't fit in and determined to manifest something constructive with the gift of freedom and spiritual power that you have been able to access. Matangi is the liberator, and her appearance in the reading implies you cannot find fulfillment in the dreams another has dreamed up for you, nor in the values that mainstream society holds. You have a path and a purpose that needs to break with societal conditioning, and sometimes that will mean experiencing what it is to be an outsider. However, you are never alone, and really you belong to a soul tribe of unique beings with Matangi as our spiritual queen. There is nothing wrong with being different. You can find a way to belong that does not compromise your essential self, but rather frees and empowers you to belong to yourself fully. As the tantric emanation of Saraswati, she is more like the ruler over music and song. Matangi opens us to the esoteric power of speech. I schedule it in your phone. Schedule it in your phone. Look how confirmation came back so quick. This is the realm of poetry, speaking, and writing that inspires and uplifts. The use of words in such a way that they have the power to change another's state of being. Some may call this spell casting. A beautiful teaching associated with Matangi is that the devotee must treat all women with reverence and respect. She will not manifest her blessings where the feminine is criticized or desecrated. We use the power she gives to honor the sacred, and her power grows in us. To use such power to put another down is an act against the goddess and will not manifest any benefit. So Matangi's presence often indicates a time where we are learning this spiritual power and responsibility as our influence expands. In a reading, she augurs the overcoming of a toxic pattern or situation. If you have been feeling at the mercy of another person or situation, she reassures you that you have the spiritual power within to claim your energy as your own. She will assist you in shredding psychic contaminations or residues from others, and you need have no fear. As Matangi operates outside systems and convention, if you are feeling afraid or victimized within a system of bureaucracy, for example, you are asked to seek sanctuary in her and trust in her overriding power. No fast or other purification rituals, no initiations or other forms of teachings are required to practice Matangi's mantra. She encourages music and dance as a way to connect with her and receive her blessings. She reminds us that to the divine eye, we are lovable, we are worthy and acceptable as we are. Hers is a joyful path of the heart. So good. Here's the prayer. Raja Matangi, Queen of Outcasts, who dwells beyond society and thrives. You arise at the thresholds, in the spaces of desolation, abandonment, and banishment. You are strength and sweetness. You are the extraordinary power that arises when all seems lost. You provide the knowledge needed to succeed and the path to overcome all obstacles through the power of the joyful spirit. May your wisdom manifest through all capable channels for the spiritual benefit of all beings. May our playful hearts take delight in yours. Jama Matangi. I hope that you feel this peace entering into you right now. You are capable of calling this into you whenever you need it, even if that's coming back and watching this reading, listening to the Matangi mantra that you can find here on YouTube. I will put the link in the description as well. And so you can just now, like, imagine you giving an offering of the things that concern you to Matangi. And she shows up like this bright green ball of light, this shining sun. And out of this sun squawks and swoops a huge green parrot. And that parrot grabs the plate with your offering of all of the shit that's been trying to break you in its beak. It grabs it and it flies back with it until both are lovingly submerged into the sun. There is freedom of release and the promise of a blessing. And you can say this mantra several times with this joy in your heart. Om Reem I'm Shreem Shri Matangi Jash Vari Swaha. Om Reem I'm Shreem Shri Matangi Jash Vari Swaha. And you can finish with your hands in prayer at your heart. Now, let me tell y'all something. I can't make this up, and I can't make these cards do what they just did. I'm just a vessel. I'm someone who has been through so much and publicly have shared my entire journey. And I don't know, in my mind, I feel like my story is a story of resilience and inspiration. And it deserves to be seen even when I'm uncomfortable with being seen. I challenge myself to do it anyway. To be so me and so transparent. And I'm going to tell y'all, I listen to these mantras. I say my prayers every night. I'm circling my beads with each chant, each prayer, offering my heart every night. Sometimes I'm doing it, I'm in tears. I have things going on in my life right now that is so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. And I continue to show up. And there may be a time I may not be able to, and I will update you all on the community tab, and I will send out an email newsletter because I do have a major surgery coming up. But I show up because I first feed and nourish myself with as much love as I can pack into myself. And I show up with this energy. And there are so many things in my life right now that seem to reflect how unsuccessful and how impossible it is for me to attain the things that I desire. Yet there is a part of me, the part of me that I nurture with goddess embodiment. This is what I've found to be transformative for me. Not just reading about them, not just learning their colors, Not just doing a visualization, not just calling on them only when I need them, but how can I embody this energy? I've been an outcast my whole life. I've been a black sheep. I've been the scapegoat. I've been the one that people did not understand. I've been the one that people cut off, or maybe they saw me do a video and it's like, that girl doing the devil's work. Whatever it may be, I've been that one. They don't know all the things that I have done behind closed doors that nobody have ever seen for people, and how many people I have provided for and provided homes for, food for, clothes for, how many people. Like, I've done so much. I've moved entire families out of abusive homes and into my little bitty 2-bedroom apartment. Like, I've been consistent. No matter how many times I got hurt, no matter how many times I got abandoned and betrayed, I show up like this, and I really believe with all my heart that I will reach more people and more people will feel inspired. And that's when we shift the paradigm in this world. So be grateful for clarity. Clarity obviously felt valued today, and you just so happen to receive this beautiful reading. Now, these are on sale in my store. That link will be in the description. I can't even tell you, as someone who has anxiety, goes with me everywhere I go. We sleeping together, we eating, we're praying together. And it helps so much because I'm connecting with the earth element, and the earth element crystals are grounding. And I need that because I'm so heady and I get stuck in my mind. Okay, so I'll put the link to that in the description. If you want to join the membership, yes, the membership is open. Content will be exclusive, and my lives will also be exclusive. I will keep you updated. You will also receive discounts on my shop, and you're gonna receive a discount on my new ebook that's coming out really soon, and I'm so proud of it because I want people to feel like they can change their lives and co-create their reality without having to exert so much effort. Committed to the softer life. We deserve this. We deserve to be able to be kinder to ourselves, to be gentle, and nobody really taught us how to do it, so we're learning this as we go. It's trial and error, and our kids need it. Our kids need it. A lot of us have children who are struggling right now, and we may not have been the worst parent, but there were some things that we could have done different. Those of us who are parents, and we're discovering that a lot of our life purpose is to be a better example for our children. You know, they don't do as you say, they do as you do. And what you do behind closed doors affects your frequency, and that frequency broadcasts out into the world. And so it is powerful. You are powerful. The responsibility comes with that, you know. So too much is given, much is required. I look, when I tell you, I fully immerse myself in anything that I study, and I take out the parts that are valuable and useful, and I continue to use them. Why throw the baby out with the bathwater? You know? So let me know what resonated the most. What did you feel? What came up for you? What are you devoted to? What are you going to do different? Let me know in the comments. And when you put it down there, you can't go back. You go have to do it, and it's going to trip you out. Because you go feel yourself feeling accountable, and you're going to feel yourself when you want to slide back, when you want to do the 2-step backwards, you're going to be like, hold up. No. I left a comment, said that I was doing this. This is digital magic, okay? Like, put it in the digital world. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm committed to. Yeah, and I'll be back. And I want to hear about it. I read every single one. All right, y'all. Links are in the description. Join the coven. Like I said, I'm going to be uploading stuff. It's already something there. The Somatic Exorcism is so good. It's 20 minutes with your body. You don't need a yoga mat. You sitting in the bed. It's easy. But let me tell you, if you got some stuck emotions, stuff's going to start moving for you and coming out. And it's the best thing ever. I don't know how I ever lived without somatic therapy, to be honest with you. I don't. All right, y'all. Peace.
Yeah, higher, I take you higher. Higher. Yeah. I got this sacred